Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I did something really fun in my junk journal this month, September 2025. I decided to challenge myself and make a calendar, a junk calendar, a calendar full of junk. Each day I gathered some kind of junk, and I'm putting that in quotation marks because, it's not really junk. It's fabulous artwork or something you can art on, right? But I did gather at least one thing that showed what was going on that day. So you can tell just by the first few days, I went to Benihana's. The next day I went to breakfast. I know I went with my friends. Then we went to the movies. We had pizza, got my car washed, things like that. So whether it was a receipt or some kind of piece from the packaging, a label, anything that indicated something that happened that day of that particular day. But anyhow, this was so fun. I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, but I've started seeing it a few different junk journalists that I follow on Instagram. And I thought to myself, that is such a great idea. Now, I know all this video is going really quick because if I would have taken my time and showed you each day, this video would last forever. Basically, I was just cutting down stuff and then gluing it with my glue stick onto the appropriate box. Now, like I mentioned, super sped it up because of that reason. But I also did some still shots, so it kind of gave your eyes a little bit of a rest so you weren't going too cuckoo, and hopefully be able to watch the rest of this video. But like I mentioned before, everything was something that happened that particular day as I was putting these down. Look at how fun it's looking already. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a quilt. So you have just some random patchwork of, my life in September 2025. But when I was going through this, I knew I was going to end up having to add something fun because, first of all, the word September is not on here anywhere, and also the year. So now that all the pieces are on, I'm going to work on just kind of arting up the little blank spots that are on that bottom right and also that very top left. So what I did is I just grabbed some different paints that I have on my desk, and I used my favorite colors, which are pink and a darker pink and a very bright yellow. And I also used some olive green to just kind of accent and tone those really bright colors down. Now, as an afterthought, I thought to myself, oh, maybe I should have done more fall colors since September is, the first month of fall. But you know what? I love pink. I might as well use the colors that I like. And really, I could have used any colors because the junk that I put down are all kinds of different colors. And, since this is the first time I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking, well, wait, should I art all over? But then I thought, no, I really wanted to be able to see each of the pieces because that's what's telling the story. When I look back, I'll be able to tell, I went here, I tasted this, we did that, we did, whatever it is. Now, you're probably noticing that on every Friday, except for one, I'm so mad at myself that I didn't think about it, there's some kind of Mountain Mike's or pizza junk on there because in my family since the 90s, the late 90s, we've been doing Pizza Fridays since, like I said, since the 90s. And I really wanted to indicate that here. Now, yes, I probably could have taken off that little piece of Starbucks bag on that second Friday, but I decided to keep it because that is a day that I met one of my friends at Starbucks and we had pizza. And if you know us, we did. So I wasn't too worried about that. But this was really fun to look at. And I'm going to be honest with you, I also started noticing like, oh my goodness, we actually go out to eat a lot or go out to have coffee or go out to do these things. I don't know if that's good or bad, but you know what? I'm fortunate to be able to do that. So, hey, you know what? That's okay. And also, this may be just one of those months that we were able to do it. Because I went to the movies twice. I couldn't even tell you the last time I went to the movie theaters. So that was kind of awesome to see too. So weird that you look at these kind of things and think, hey, this was my month. Wow. I really like the 50. That was a napkin from my cousin's 50th birthday party. And I know that's a really good reminder because we had such a fun time. He had a prom theme So fun. They actually made prom tickets in the invitation. I almost put the little part of the ticket there, but then I thought, nope, I want to use that for a scrapbook layout. So I was so glad I grabbed the napkin. And folks, if you are a junk journaler like I am, you know you're grabbing all the things. That green checked little piece on that the last row. I actually went to lunch with one of my old coworkers, and the tacos were wrapped with that. And I took it off before I can get too much food on it, folded it up, and put it in my purse. My friend, because she knows me, she knows I'm crazy, but I'm sure she was probably for a split second thinking, what is this cuckoo doing? But anyhow, I hope you like this video. And if you do, give me a thumbs up. There wasn't a whole lot of fancy stuff going on. You saw me put some paint on with the bubble wrap. That's one of my favorite things to add texture. I did add a little bit you could see up on the pages because I thought it kind of blended it in a little bit, but not too much. But I really did like that. I'm basically just going over things with paint pens to just kind of highlight more of the black there since it got covered with paint. I used white paint pen and a yellow one because I always like to add a little yellow to my junk journaling type things. Such a bright, pretty color. Other than that, the main thing was adding a piece of junk or something you would have thrown away and adding it to the calendar square. I don't think I'll do this on a regular basis. I think this might just be a one-off, but I also have a lot of pages left of this junk journal, so I may do it again. I just don't want it to be a regular thing. I think this is more of something I want like as a unique piece of my junk journal. But anyways, like I mentioned before, I hope you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do have a playlist just for junk journaling, so if that's something that you're only interested in, please check it out. Otherwise, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're watching, and I hope you found something that inspires you or will inspire you to do. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.